place where your sits bones are grounded. Even if you're up on a blanket or a pillow, whatever you've got yourself maybe lifted on, wiggle around and make sure that the two little bony parts of your butt are securely connected. And then I like to just remind myself to lengthen from that pelvic floor all the way up through my midline, lifting through the neck and up and out of the crown of the head. Maybe your eyes have already closed. If not, I would always invite you to gentle them closed. So almost as though that's the first step here of turning inward. Maybe not the first, you made it to your mat, that's the first. Maybe the second is actually getting your sits bones connected and lengthening your spine, and the third is closing your eyes. Like it's this very purposeful directing of yourself inward. Notice if there's an opportunity to soften your shoulders. Or soften the belly a little, the hips or the legs. Step 5 then would be to connect with our breath. To feel the coolness of the air as it moves in through our nostrils, and the warmth as it moves out. Within just a couple breaths of focusing this way, we can notice if the mind is really busy this morning, or if it is fairly open to quieting. And if it's open to quieting, you just stay with that very subtle awareness of coolness of the air as it moves in through your nostrils and warmth as it moves out. However, if mind is a little more energetic and busy this morning, you want to use your breath, almost manipulate your breath in order to calm the mind. So you could change it to your belly breath. You could change it to the 3-part breath. You could do the box breath where it's a 4 count all the way around. Or I'm going to lead us this morning through our 4, 7, 8 breaths for just a few rounds. Of course, you don't have to roll with me. You choose where you're at and what best serves you this morning. That said, if you're following, go ahead and exhale. Let your breath out completely. Inhaling to the count of 4. Holding your breath or pausing. We're here to the count of 7. And exhale. It's to the count of 8. Inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Take a couple of regular breaths. We'll do another round of that. So exhale, breath is completely out. And inhale. Hold, it's to the count of 7. Exhale, count of 8. Inhale, count of 4. Holding. And exhale. One more time, inhaling. Holding. Exhale. Breath returns regular rhythm. Just remembering that 4-7-8 breath is often used for those nights we can't seem to fall asleep. As we breathe in that way, it slows the heart rate and helps our body, our mind, our whole being settle in, relax in. Here we are, first morning of 2021. On our mats, connected with our bodies. With an inhale, let's bring our palms together, tuck the thumbs at the heart. If you'd like to bow the chin towards the chest, you're more than welcome. That's just symbolically demonstrating that connection between the mind and the body that you've already created here this morning. If you wish to add the spirit or the energy, the soul, let that be a piece of this union this morning. Let's begin our physical practice by chanting an Om, awakening that throat, vibrating ourselves a little bit. We'll exhale, let our breath go. Inhale to fill back up. Take a big breath in. Use your exhale. Drop your hand to your lap or to your knees. Take a breath in. Exhale. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Let the head hang heavy. Let the face be soft. Aware of breath. Aware of sensation in body. Maybe even aware of what you hear and smell, taste and touch. I'm hearing birds chirping in my background that's bringing immense joy to my heart. When you're ready for some movement, you'll let an ear roll up and over to a shoulder. Let the chin roll back to the chest, the other ear roll up and over. And back to the chest, just finding your half neck rolls to start here. And I suppose if the neck warms and is okay with full circles, you'll choose to go there as well. Just noticing the way that you keep the shoulders soft and the face soft as you move. If you circle one way, you'll circle the other way. Taking just 2 more breaths. And then meeting back on that last exhale with a chin tucked. And inhale, we'll lift our head to center. And to open our eyes, let's flicker them open quick and close them again. Flicker them open and close them, just kind of easing back into the external, just enough that we see what's in the room that we're sitting in. And I'd invite you to actually kind of look around even, notice if there's colors or shapes or textures. Aware of this gift to see the world around us. From here, we'll transition onto all fours, whether you roll over the knees, kick the feet to the side, however you get yourself where you want to be. Once we're on all fours, we'll make sure that those knees are under our hips, the hands under our shoulders. The belly in, of course, right? Spine, our belly button and our solar plexus are tucked in towards our spine. And we're just gonna reach forward with the crown of our heads. Make our neck really long. Good. Keep your arms straight, but let your chest drop down between those upper arms so you can pull your shoulder blades together. Then lift your chest back up, almost like your arm bones can come out of your shoulder sockets. Drop your chest back down, pull your shoulder blades together. Lift it up, let your shoulder blades slide apart. Back down just a couple more times. Good, we'll meet back at neutral. Tuck just the tailbone between the legs. Then lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Tucked between the legs into the ceiling. You're just rotating your pelvis back and forth at your own pace. Rest of your spine, though, is nice and steady. Good, meet back at neutral. Let's connect the two by moving through cat-cow. We'll inhale here at neutral. Exhale to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push through the arms, arch your back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat collarbone opens for your cow. Exhale, bring it back to your cat. Inhaling forward to your cow. Back and forth, your own breath, your own pace. Maybe you close your eyes. You just feel that spine and its capacity to move. This is a really important part of our practice as we age. If our spine is not healthy, is not able to move, it certainly is going to affect every other part of our bodies. And of course, we don't want it to just move forward and back, this flexion and extension. We want it to be able to move sideways. So next time you're through neutral, you'll pause and you'll bring the right hip towards the right shoulder towards the hip, and that's your lateral bend, and come back to the middle. Do it to the left and to the middle, just taking yourself side to side. You could connect it with breath too. It could be your exhale that takes you to the side, your inhale that comes to the middle, or vice versa. No right or wrong. It's the glory of yoga. Good, come back to the middle, and let's just turn our hands so that our thumbs and our fingers, not our thumbs, our fingers are pointed back towards our knees a bit. And then we can either circle with the body or just lean back, like your butt's reaching back towards your heels a little, but we're stretching that underside of our wrists, especially after being on our hands and knees. Nice. Bring your fingers back so they point towards the front of your mat. And then you'll take your right hand and fold. It's the top of your hand under and down onto your mat. And of course, you're going to decide how much weight you put on that, how hard you push down through. And you could move again, you could lean back. But often this is super tender. And so it might be that you're barely letting it connect with the earth. Good. You'll bring that hand back up, even shake it out a little bit. Wake those hands up. And then plant the hand. Left hand is up. You're bending your wrist so the top of the hand can come down, connect with your earth. And totally up to you as to whether you move or you shift the way back or sideways. Whatever feels right. Good, bring that hand up, shake it out. Planting both hands, let's spread our legs out a bit. Slide our butt back towards our heels and let the weight in our hips shift side to side. Eventually easing yourself down towards a wide-legged child's pose. But no hurry, like shift that weight, almost like you're dancing. You're just easing into this, letting the hips get used to the idea that they're completely hinged and your torso is down. When you get down, relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. And let those wrists in particular be soft. Feel your breath. Notice if it is possible to stay connected to just the sensation of the warm air coming in through your nostrils, even warmer as it comes out. If the mind turns on, which that's the job of the mind, so if it does, it does, but change your breath. And take one more breath. If you've got your arms tucked between your legs or wrapped around them, bring them forward. Using an inhale, we'll all come up, meeting in tabletop, so knees back under our hips. And we've moved our spine now front to back. We've done the lateral bends. We need to twist it. To do this, let's bring our right arm up and out to the side. We'll just do a little thread the needle. So if we wish, we can bring the arm up. I have to bring my left knee back to let this happen because my spine doesn't want to be super twisty, at least not today. But you've got your shoulders stacked and you've maybe even been able to imagine what your spine looks like in this position. Take a breath in. With your exhale, you're going to bring that arm all the way down, weave it behind the left, and let's hover. Inhaling to lift all the way up, choosing to stack the shoulders, lift the arm if we wish. Exhale to bring it down, weave behind, hover. Inhale to lift up, stack the shoulders, open your heart. Exhale, bring it down. This time you're gonna hover, then plant the shoulder and plant the cheek. Your left arm can stay where it is, or you can stretch it out in front of you, wrap it behind your back, whatever serves your body this morning. Bring that left hand back to its place. Everything's engaged, so you can inhale, lift up, stack your shoulders, lift that arm up, turn your gaze, if the neck is okay, towards the ceiling, and let's hold here for just a breath. Extra inhale, and an exhale, we'll bring that arm down, plant the hand, your knees back under your hips. Just a breath here at neutral. Nice. Left arm is up and out to the side. If you need to scooch that right knee back, it does. So if you wish, you're stacking and opening the chest or the heart to the left. Take a breath in. Use your exhale. Arm comes behind the right. It hovers as you weave. Inhale to lift up, stack and open. Exhale, come down, weave behind and hover. Exhale, lift up, open. Exhale, bring it down. This time you're planting the shoulder, planting the cheek, and deciding where that right hand and arm belong. Nice job. Right hand back to its place. Everything's engaged. Use your inhale to unweave. Stack and open. You're holding it here for an entire extra breath. It's an exhale that will bring everything down. And we're back at all fours. Once you're at all fours, option is to move back to child's pose or to tuck those toes and lift up and back to your down dog. It might be that in down dog, those feet need to pedal or the hips need to wiggle. Good. If you stayed in child's pose, come up to down dog, just so that we can all walk our hands back to our feet. Knees bent as we meet in forward fold. Chin tucked in. And top body just hanging. Inhale to come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings. We're coming all the way up. Hands together and down to heart. Take a breath when you get to your mountain pose. And then open the eyes. Let's walk to the front of our mats. I know you're not going to be able to see me super well, but all we're going to do is a few sun salutations, just so that we've brought in our new year with our movement. So feet under our hips, we'll do sun salutation A, and let's just do 2 of them. And then we'll move to that IT band practice that we talked about. So inhale to lift up, reach towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge your hips, find your forward fold, tuck your chin in. Inhale, halfway up, it's a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to step your feet back, knees up, knees down, whatever you wish. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower to your earth. Inhale to cobra, and exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Inhaling, our feet step or walk forward. Exhaling, we meet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings. You're all the way up. Exhale, hands together, down to heart. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, feet are back. Exhale, lower to your earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Remember, you can do low down dog. Knees just under your hips. Inhaling, your feet step or walk forward. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms out like wings. You're all the way up. Hands together, down to heart. Let's step back with our right foot. Turn it, plant it. And get yourself so you're in your warrior. Let's do warrior 2. Just feel feeling inner thighs, making sure that front knee is tracking your front toes. If you want those arms up and out, they're out, your belly's pulled in, and your butt, your tailbone is tucked in just a hair. Once you're here, take your torso a little from side to side. Almost like you're just exploring what's happening in those side bodies while you're here. Some people pretend like they're surfing. Good, let's straighten the front leg then. Hinge at that front hip, come down to a triangle. Yeah, and then stack those shoulders. Let that bottom shoulder in particular roll towards the right. Awesome, bend your front knee, slide your torso up, and let's rock it back. So backhand to that back thigh. Your front arm is alongside your ear. And you can straighten the front leg here if you want. That's reverse triangle. Good, then bend that front knee, come back so you're back at your warrior two. Breath in, breath out, cartwheel your hands around, down to the earth, toes of the back foot. Find your high lunge just for a sec, lift that back thigh really high. And then we're gonna bring our back foot forward so we meet in forward fold. Chin tucked in. Good. Option is to find gorilla pose next, which would just mean that our hands tuck under our toes. And when we come halfway up, there's all this like extra, I don't know, it's extra for me pull. It intensifies this stretch to the hamstrings if you want. Breath in, breath out to fold. Bend the knees, arms out like wings. You're all the way up. Exhaling, hands together, down to heart. Step back with your left foot. Turn it, plant it. Find your warrior two. Yep. Arms up and out if you want. Just making sure that front knee, of course, is tracking your front toes. And then our torso, we lean to the front, to the back, just side to side. And it's the front of our mat, obviously, not the front of our bodies. No. Good. Straightening that front leg. Find your hinge at the front hip so you can come on down to your triangle. Bend the front knee, lift yourself up through warrior two, back hand to the back thigh. And you're essentially in reverse warrior, staying here if you want, or straightening the leg to make it reverse triangle. Bending the front knee. If it's not, you're coming back to warrior two. Using your exhale to cartwheel down, roll to the toes of your back foot. You've got your high lunge. Getting that back thigh as high as it can, right? We want strong legs. With an inhale, hop that back foot forward, meet in forward fold with an exhale. Inhaling halfway, it's a flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step a foot back, drop a knee. Other foot back, knee dropped. So you're at all fours. Let's send our butt back towards our heels, find our child's pose. Connect with your breath. This place where we meet our bodies. We meet our energy or our souls. And it's so funny that I say, like, we meet, which really means our mind meets. And just that awareness of how often we identify as our minds. Encouraging us to consider that who we are is not limited to what you experience in your mind. You are so, so much more. Wherever arms are at, bring them forward. Let's lift ourselves to tabletop, crawl forward on our mats, grab our straps, and come on down so that we're gonna be on our back bodies. I'm gonna maybe do it a little different so you can hear me. I hope everybody can hear. Yeah? If you don't, tell me otherwise. Yeah, we're good? Okay. So we're on our back bodies. We've got our strap. Our knees are bent just for a sec. And we just want to feel the lower back, the back of your hips connected with the floor. Maybe even relax your shoulders for a second. Close your eyes. If it's okay with lower back, stretch your legs out, almost like you're moving to corpse pose. We're not done yet, but letting that body relax just for a moment into this place. Okay. Next inhale. You're gonna bend your right knee, pull it in towards the torso, hands to the knee, give it a hug in. Taking that strap, we want to get it around the right foot, the ball of the foot, and straighten that leg to the ceiling. And this morning, what we want to do is we want to straighten that top leg. And so it doesn't matter if the leg moves down like farther away from your torso. It's more important for our leg to be straight than it is for our hands to be walked up our strap and that leg coming up towards our head. So find your place where that leg is straight and those top toes, they're pulling towards your shin. You're purposely pulling up. Your bottom leg then, pull those toes towards your shin. So both your legs are active and both your legs are straight. Notice what's happening in that right hip. Sometimes it slides up towards the right shoulder a little. You're gonna slide it down and keep pulling your toes towards your shin on that top foot and bottom foot. Okie doke. So both straps are gonna go to your left hand. Your right arm gets to drop out like a giant T. You're bringing this top leg across your bottom leg only like 12 inches. So like 12 inches at the most across midline. And keeping your left leg's toes straight up towards your ceiling. Ugh. And while you do this, noticing that this right hip, again, like it wants to pop up, you're gonna push it down towards your left toes and pull your top toes, your right toes, towards the shin. And this should be activating. It's like this whole outside of this right thigh. Mine, I can feel like way down into my hip. So toes of both feet towards our shin. Left toes pointed straight at the ceiling, and right hip pushing down towards your left toes. And breathing. Oh my goodness, please make sure you breathe. Good. We're gonna let this right foot come all the way over so you can roll onto your hip, right? All the way over, and it might need to push down so you can bring your toes to the earth. But keep your toes of both feet pulling towards the shin. And then you're sending, it's your bottom hip, your left hip kind of pushes down towards your left foot. Same thing for the right hip, down towards your left toes. And of course, your right shoulder probably comes off the ground. That's okay. But your intention is to just let it be sinking back towards the earth. Remember your breath. This is a lot. This is different than the nice little leg stretches we do with our strap. Way more intense. We're isolating this IT band. Good. Next inhale, you're gonna roll back, bring that foot back towards the ceiling. Your bottom toes to the ceiling, toes towards our shins as well. Bending that right knee, hands to the knee, give it a hug. And then take your strap off, stretch your leg all the way out, all the way down, and relax. Nice deep breaths. Next inhale, left knee bends, pull it in, hands to the knee, give it a squeeze in. Wrap your strap around that left ball of your foot. With an inhale, that leg straightens to the ceiling. Your toes activate, they pull towards the shin on both feet. And remember, it's more important for your leg to be straight than it is for it to be coming towards your head. So maybe you need to lengthen your strap, let that leg drop towards the floor a little. But find your spot and make sure the toes of both feet keep pulling towards our shins. Active legs, especially the pinky toes. Your left hip, slide it down. Remember your breath. Strap to your right hand. You're taking that leg across your midline, only about 12 inches if it'll even go that far. Keeping your right toes pointed towards the ceiling. Left toes pulled towards the shin. And that left hip, push it down towards your right toes. And remember, breathe. It's probably not just the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils, warmth as it moves out. It might need to be belly breath, 3-part breath, the square breath. Even inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Good. Next exhale, we're gonna let that top leg come all the way over. You're gonna roll onto that bottom hip. Your toes need to make it to the ground, so your leg probably needs to move down away from your head. Once you've got that, toes of both legs towards your shin, and your bottom hip is reaching for your bottom toes, so is your top hip. And of course, your left shoulder probably is off the ground. That's okay. Intention is to just keep it there. Good. One more breath. Everything's still active. Use an inhale. Draw that leg back to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Hug the knee in. Slip the strap off. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let that leg lengthen all the way back out, all the way down. Let your feet roll out just for a breath. And then bend those knees. They're hip distance apart. We're gonna straighten the right leg back to the ceiling, toes to our shin, then bend it. Bring the ankle to the left thigh. And this is our figure 4. This might be enough for you. You might just be pushing your bent knee away from your body. If you wish, you can lift that left leg up, weave your hands around the thigh or the shin. Pull both our toes towards our shins so we have active legs. And then our right elbow, it's gonna push away that right knee. And what that does is it helps kind of it's the crunch, I think, that happens in that hip so that we're isolating the IT band again and letting it have our complete attention. Yeah, and our feet get lazy. Keep pulling them towards our shins. Breathing, again, this is a lot. When our feet are active, it changes. Oh my goodness, it changes everything. This would be our reclined version of pigeon too. So anytime we go to pigeon, remember this can be the place you land. Breath in, breath out, release that left foot to the earth, right foot to the earth. Take your feet out wider than your hips and let both your knees drop to the left. If you wish, you could hook that left ankle on top of your right knee. Your shoulders are soft. Good, unhook your foot. Inhale, bring your knees back to the middle. Heel toe your feet so they're hip distance apart. Inhale, left leg is to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, let it come to your thigh. Your left knee pushes away, and maybe you're good right here. Remember, toes to the shins though. Or you're pulling right knee and wrapping your hands around the thigh or the shin. Your left elbow now gets to push that left knee away, and both your feet stay active. Yeah, make sure feet stay active. Breath in, breath out to release. Right foot to the earth, left foot to the earth. Feet out a little wider than your hips. Knees this time dropping to the right. If you want, left or right foot hooks on top of left knee. Good, unhook your foot. Inhaling, knees to the middle. Inhale, knees in towards your torso, hands to your knees. Give them a hug to you. Maybe rock a little side to side. And then rock front to back so we can sit up. Once up, we want to straighten the legs. And we want our strap handy. Our right foot, let's pull it up and over the left. And you're trying to bring your foot up as close as you can towards this left hip. Or right hip, I don't even know. I messed up, I think. This would be I have my right knee. So make sure it's your right knee on top, I guess. Either way, your strap is going to be around the ball of your foot. And now your toes of the straight leg, they're pulling in towards our shin. And then there's this hinge at our hips. Your belly's in, of course. Your chin can tuck gently, like you're softening your head a little bit. But just holding here and breathing. And again, this is a lot. Remember that IT band can get short. Gosh, it can get short just because we are walkers, hikers, runners. But also if we have, some sort of hip injury or hip dysplasia, things like that. Okay, take one more breath. Inhale to unhinge your hips, undo your strap, and unwind your leg. Other leg is up and over. And remember, you're trying to get that foot as close as you can, like all the way up here by your hip. Your bottom leg is straight, your toes are towards your shin. You're gonna loop that strap around the ball of your foot. Get up nice and tall, your core engaged. With an exhale, let your body hinge. I invite you to connect with breath. Keep both your sits bones grounded equally. Next inhale, unhinge your hips, let your straps slip off. Unwind your legs, and you're either coming to the back for Shavasana, or if maybe you'd rather just sit during our last few minutes, that's an option too. However you want to end our practice. I think most of us, our favorite part is Shavasana, and so of course, make yourself as comfy and as absolutely just nurtured in that position as you can. If you need a little bit of knees to the chest and a rock side to side, you're gonna let yourself take that, or wind reliever, happy baby. Eventually, just finding your place. Closing your eyes. And maybe let's go through those steps again that we started with. So it would be the same thing as you settle into Shavasana. You first connect that physical body to your mat. And it's not your sits bones here, but it might be that the shoulder blades are tucked so that there's some softness or comfiness for your shoulders. Your legs might roll out and open, or the knees might be bent, but you physically get yourself in place. You want to feel the length of the body here. And it could be from your feet to your crown of your head, or it could just be from pelvic floor to crown of the head. That second step. Your third step would just be to close your eyes if they're not. Our fourth step would be soften. Oh my goodness, everything softens here. And your fifth step is to notice your breath. Maybe your mind is quiet enough. Maybe your body is quiet enough that you can just keep that awareness right with the breath. However, if mind or body is talking, you're invited to use the breath. So I say manipulate, I don't know if that's the right word, but you alter the way in which you're breathing in order to ease your body or your mind and help it understand that it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to relax. It's okay to sink in right here, right now. When we sink in and the body is calm or quiet and the mind is calm or quiet, we've cultivated that union between mind and body, which for us is this opening to energy or spirit or soul, this place where that other part of us it's not like it just arrives, but it becomes what we can attend to. Its spark or its light is not dampened by the body or the mind's activity. Maybe you just witness the energy. Notice where your awareness is. And then bring it to your breath. Bring it to your body. It might actually go to your fingers or your toes so you can move a little bit. Doesn't have to though. Just to the body. And then let's bring it to the mind. Notice what's going on thinking-wise. Bring it back to the body. Bring it to the breath. And do that again. Back to the mind. Into the body. Into the breath. Take a big breath in, a big breath out. And then bend those knees so you can roll to the side body. Bring the hands down in front of your chest, even like twist the chest or wiggle a little so that you almost get in a plank or cobra position. Those arms can help push you up. And we'll meet at our seat. The hands coming together at the heart when we get there. That symbol again of union, that we practice yoga to remember that our beings are not just our heads. We are not just our minds, but we are our bodies. And we are our energy or our spirits or our souls, whatever you wish to call that. And then we'll flick our eyes open quick and close them. Flick them up, open and closed. And the next time you open them, don't look at the computer, but look in your room again. Look at the colors, the shapes, the textures. I have windows, peek out the windows. Hear your noises. And let yourself be happy for this day, this life, and this year. Namaste.